I see a lot on the internet when people talk about California gun laws and they blame Feinstein. And really, Feinstein has nothing to do with California's gun laws. Let's talk about that. So, before we get into this, I want to say thank you to a few of my Patreon members. I want to say thank you to Max, Justin, and Maxwell. Thank you for your support. Thank you for continuing to support the channel. I appreciate it and what it allows me to do. Thank you to everyone that likes, comments, and subscribes on the video. I enjoy having these conversations, and hopefully you learn something from this. My goal here is to help you figure out how to actually get in contact with the people that you need to when it comes to learning about their policies and maybe helping influence their decisions. So I want to say thank you to everyone that does support the channel. Now let's get into it. So when people talk about California gun laws, they often are quick to blame the senators and the House of Representatives, when really the people that they need to be talking about are the people that are actual assembly members, and even to an extent your local government. So I want to show you today how you can actually go about figuring out who to contact. Because for many people, they'll ask me, how do I figure out who my senators are? How do I figure out who my assembly members are? And that's something that, you know, I would hope many of you would know, because I hope that you've been voting, but I don't think you have. So let's talk about this. So I'm going to actually show you a website now that's called Find Your California Representative. And so what you do is you type in your address, it'll show you their information. And then I'm going to kind of show you what you can do to kind of learn more about them and get some more information. So I've already pulled up the website, findyourrep.legislator.ca.gov. I will link that down below. And then you type in an address. This is the address for a random target. This is not where I live, so I'm just going to type that in. Assemblymember Mark Levine. Okay, so we look up his information here. Open that in a new tab. We can also look up the state Senate. Boom. And we can look up this information. So Mark Levine, Assemblymember for the North Bay. We can know all his information here, legislation, and so there's a particular spot that I want to show you on 2016, 2017. So this is Mark Levine. We'll find it. Closes the assault weapon loophole. Cool. Thank you, Mark Levine. I'm glad I live in your area. Now, you're probably going to be asking yourself, well, can you vote him out? Well, unfortunately, it appears as if the person that he is going to be going up against, I believe, is also anti-gun, so it's kind of like pissing in the wind, but it's still important for you to reach out to them. So if we look at here, here's an additional thing that I found. So we go to just the main page here. Assemblymember Levine releases statement on revised state budget. Okay, well that's interesting. It says that the COVID-19 pandemic is devastating California's economy and our state budget. Our rainy day fund will help delay some of the most painful cuts, but the coronavirus-caused recession will force us to make many difficult budget decisions for years to come. The most challenging work in the history of the state is before us. I am committed to working collaboratively with Gavin Newsom to protect every Californian. Right, that's cool. And now, so this seems good, right? But something that we've discussed in the past is about the fact that the budget proposal for the new state legislation is actually going to be adding nearly $7 to $10 million to the Department of Justice Bureau of Firearms so that they can further legislate and regulate the gun rights in California. So this is important to note. Because we've done our research, we know that Mark Levine is something that we don't want to support. The information for where his office is and where you can mail stuff to him, and as far as his various district offices, you can contact him here, you can meet with him, and so on. There's a ton of information that you can get here, and that's important to know. The same thing can typically be done with the state senators, and that's something that you should very much look into. Ultimately, at the end of the day, I wanted to show you this website so that you can better inform yourself on the people that you are voting for and the people that are currently in office. So when I found that out and I looked at Mark Levine's profile, I was able to figure some things out. I found his Twitter and it says, can you elaborate? And I decided to actually tweet at him and I said, Mark Levine, can you elaborate why are you supporting the revised budget under the guise of the coronavirus pandemic to add $7.5 million towards gun control? This money could be used to support schools, provide PPE, and deal with the ongoing homelessness issues. I then quoted something saying, $1 million to define a type of gun that has no definition currently. I could do that for 50. Other, and this was a quote from that firearm registration, 128,000 gross special account in 2020 to 2021 and 862,000 in 2021 to 2022. The proposal enables DOJ to appropriately define and regulate such weapons. I'm telling you, give me $50 and I could have defined those guns for you. There is no need to pay $1 million for them to do that. $2.4 million to plan and analyze a system that already operates at a surplus. The gross entry system is known to provide more money than it does cost to actually operate it, so I don't understand why they're adding more money and needing to propose that. 2.4 million dealers record of sale special account to begin the planning and analysis phase of combining and modernizing the existing firearms tracking systems. Now, let's reiterate, that is not $2.4 million to overhaul the system. That is $2.4 million to plan and analyze how to overhaul the system. And then a quote from it, this represents an increase of $928,000 in 2020 to 2021 and $3.3 million in 2021 to 2022 from the governor's budget to updated implementation costs, government efficiency at its finest. And that's just for one section. So it's one of those things that, yes, this was me plugging my Twitter, but there are ways to contact the people that you need to get in contact with. And I hope that this information was helpful for you as far as how to reach out to them, how to meet with them, and hopefully we can get this sort of discussion going, because we need to focus on the people that are actually writing laws for the state of California. The senators and the House of Representatives aren't really the people we need to worry about. It's the people that actually write California laws. So I hope that was helpful. I hope that helped you figure out who you can actually reach out to. So if you have any questions, drop a comment down below. If you want to know more information, or if you found some information that's interesting about your various assembly member, let's drop that information down below. As always, have fun, be safe, stay dangerous. Peace.
Oh, fuck, you got me. Oh, never mind. The game.